So today what we're going to do, we're going through the different reasons and the different type of women men love to spoil and marry. Good morning. Good morning. Again, we're going to go through this. So make sure you get your questions ready. Make sure you jump in. I know you ladies have a lot to say about this, but I'm coming with the male perspective on exactly what we're looking for. What drew me to Tosh? What draws men to healthy, feminine women, and why they want to spoil and marry them? So we're going to jump right into it. And remember, ladies, Tosh, she hasn't been around as much. She's going to be jumping in pretty soon. She's been in the Feminine Energy Academy, really what we've been pouring into the ladies in school games. And right now, in the Feminine Energy Academy in school, we rank number one for relationships. So she's really been putting a lot into it. I see some of the ladies on here who are in the Feminine Energy Academy. So many wins our ladies have been getting in the area of business, relationships. One of our ladies yesterday, just after one phone call, one conversation, one of our ladies just signed up her first lower ticket. She's been doing high tickets, but her first client just right after the phone call. So we're seeing results right away. Make sure you jump in the Feminine Energy Academy. If you want more just from Tosh, if you want to ask her some questions, like I said, she'll be on here maybe in the next week or so. But if you want something from her before then, jump in the Feminine Energy Academy. Cancel anytime, no commitments. Jump in. We want to hear your testimonies as well because our ladies are really winning in the Feminine Energy Academy. Also, get your questions ready as I go through these reasons and type of women that men love to spoil and marry. I'm going to jump right in it today. Good to see everyone here. I'm going to start off with the number one reason type of woman a man loves to spoil and marry. And the number one type of woman would be the feminine woman, but she also looks good. So it's not something that we can avoid. And I know men just love their type of women, so it's not a specific type of a look, but what looks good to them. And feminine women is what men really love to take care of and spoil. Because when you're in your feminine as a woman, you're receiving, you're just having fun, you're not in your head. You're allowing him to be the man that he is. And when we feel like the man, then we just go all out. As I've said before, we'll build a building brick by brick with our own hands if you make us feel like a man. We'll do the incredible, we'll do the impossible when you're in your feminine and you just make us feel like a man. And the good part about this for you ladies is it's easy to make us feel like a man. It's when you relax and allow us to do things. So you're not trying to get up and do things. You're not trying to put together this list. You're not trying to plan things out. You're in your feminine. You're making suggestions. You're letting us know how you feel, what you desire, but you're not trying to make it happen. So it becomes easy for you when you're in your feminine, you get to relax. But when you are in your feminine, that's when we become Superman. That's when we just do everything and you encourage us and we just want to do it all for you. We want to make sure you're happy. And also, this is, like I said, feminine and look good because, I mean, we're moved by what we see. So that's just, I mean, this is unavoidable. You look good, that gets our attention. You're in your feminine. We want to spoil you and marry you. So those two things are the simplest ways to remember this is what he's looking for. I'm not doing too much. I'm not trying to overtalk him. We understand you have an opinion. You're a strong woman. You can be strong, ambitious. That part doesn't scare us. It's making sure that you're in your feminine, making sure, understanding that when we're together, when we're moving around, you're allowing me because we can like make you do things in a sense. We can just put our whole energy towards it and we can force things upon you, but that's not us really being in our masculine. That would be considered us really just trying to make you do something. And I don't want to say the word, but we don't want to take advantage of you or push stuff on you. We want you to be relaxed and say, no, you go ahead and do it. or just take a step back, even if you can do it better, allow him sometimes to just do it and feel good. Get in your feminine, look good, take care of yourself. Get your hair done. If you wear makeup, light makeup, get your nails done. Make sure, your skin looks good. Everything is in place because when you do that and care about how you look, we'll just want to spoil you, take you places. We want to take you out. We want to be seen with you when you're looking good. We'll find places to go. We'll go out to eat. We'll take you on a trip. And next thing you know, like in our situations, 8 months later, you'll be engaged. And 11 months later, you'll be married based on what Natasha and I did because she was in her feminine. She was looking good. 8 months later, I proposed to her. 11 months total. 3 months after I proposed to her, we got married. So things happen so quickly, so smoothly when you're in your feminine and when you're looking good. So that's number one, undeniable. I don't want you to think that's number three. That's number one. The other ones are just as important, but this is what gets men's attention initially because we can see if you're in your feminine without even talking to you. We can see your demeanor, how you're talking to people, just your conversation, how you're moving. We can even look at your face and see, okay, does she have the face on that's like a receiving, that's a face that's warm, or does she have a face on that looks like she's thinking, looks like she's ready to do something to somebody because she's thinking about that situation that happened early at work. So those things are easy for us to see. Nikki, you have to look up what Vivica Fox said about 50 Cent when they were together. She basically admitted that the reason they broke up is because she didn't know how to be in her feminine. 100% true, Nikki. And this is coming from a successful woman, an attractive woman, especially back when she was dating 50, when she was young, attractive, she was successful. And it really came down what she said. This is her words to her being in her feminine and her just relaxing and allowing him to take care of her because I even heard that story, Nikki, and she said he wanted to do so much for her. He just wanted to be the man, but she didn't allow him to. And not that that's the reason that she may be single now, but that situation could have gone a lot different if she would have understood and also just been more in her feminine. So great point that you brought up right there, Nikki. So definitely number one, in your feminine and look good. Make sure you take care of yourself. So I'll get to your questions. Definitely, if I see anything that I want to jump on, I'll make sure I answer it right away. I want to get through these 5 points that I have for you ladies. So if I don't get to your question now, hold on to it, pin it to the top. I'll make sure I answer it right after. So into Nikki's point as well, the number two type of woman men love to spoil and marry are women that are appreciative and grateful. And a lot of times men make sacrifices to make sure that their ladies have what they need, that their romantic partner, their wife have what they need in those times, just for the women to be appreciative and show gratefulness. Everything might not be as you may have wanted it. You may have wanted a Birkin purse and you got a Lurkin. Whatever the case is, you may have wanted a Gucci and you got a Gucci. But the fact that he did it for you, show gratefulness, show that you're appreciative, and even saying things like, I appreciate this, I know this, and we'll tell you, like, this isn't what you want, but we got you something. We got you what we were able to get at this time. I'm working towards getting you something else. Showing the appreciative will make us go, showing that you're appreciative will make us go out and do whatever we need to do just to get what you need. Even if you didn't like that, but even if that's not what you wanted, but you're appreciative, that just gives us this energy to go out and say, let me go get her what she needs. Because we're just trying to make sure we're doing whatever we can to make sure you're happy. And the appreciation goes so far in the relationship, just your demeanor when we're doing things, your face. If you get the lurkin or the Kirkland, what if you get it and then you're looking a certain type of way, that drains the energy out of the man. But if you get it, you're smiling, we're looking like, do you know this? This is not the Birkin that you asked for, but you're so appreciative, it gives us the energy that we need. So be sure to be grateful and definitely have good energy when and appreciative when men are doing things for you, even if it's not exactly what you want. Just always have the demeanor of appreciation. Rock that lurking bag. Listen, you have to, because and you have to do it. And many people that are on here that have been married for years, that have been engaged, things like that. It's not always what you want. It could be a restaurant. You might want to go to, this in Chicago. You might want to go to a steakhouse, a specific steakhouse, Gibson's or something like that, and they take you to Outbacks. Be appreciative that you're eating. Show appreciation because it's coming. Especially if this guy loves and cares for you and desires you, he's going to make sure you get all the desires of your heart. Trust me on this. What does it mean? I'm sorry, what does a man mean when he says he's not ready for a relationship? He wants to take his time and take it slow. This is Dior. You have to trust a man and believe a man when he says something. If he says he's not ready for a relationship, end it right there. Anything after that doesn't matter. He's not ready for a relationship. And most of the times, it's with you, fortunately or unfortunately. He's telling you that he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He enjoys being around you. He enjoys your company. He enjoys the things that you do together, whatever that is, whatever levels you've taken the relationship with. He doesn't want to lose that. So he's being honest with you. He's telling you this because he wants you to stay around, but he also isn't ready to make that commitment with you. So when he says that, trust him. He can have a lot going on. He can be getting things together in his finances, in his work, whatever the case is. But when he says he's not ready for a relationship, he wants to take his time and take it slow. He wants to date other women. He wants to have his freedom to do whatever he wants to do without you interrupting him, without you telling him that he can't do it. But he also wants to be with you. So you have to hold those boundaries in those cases and make sure you know what you're looking for. You stay strong and stern on what you're looking for. If you're looking for engagement, for marriage, and he tells you he's not ready for a relationship, I don't care how good of a guy he is, because this happens with good guys all the time. He can be a great guy, great family man, but if you're looking for a relationship and he tells you that he wants to take it slow, he's not ready for a relationship, go the other way, because trust me, men don't want to lose women they're in love with. It usually takes men 3 to 6 months to really figure out if this is a person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And men will be ready to get married 6 months to, let's say, 12 to 18 months after meeting you, if they're really looking for marriage. They're not going to drag it out. They're not going to put you back on the market and let you talk to other guys. They're not going to tell you they don't want to be in a relationship with you. No, they're going to tell you the exact opposite. You're going to know, they're going to put the pressure on you. They're going to be calling you like I was doing Natasha. And real quick, she was in Canada. I was in Chicago, calling every night, making sure from 7 until she went to bed, nobody else spoke with her. So between 7 p.m. and the time we fell asleep on the phone, nobody else can talk to her. So he won't say that, but he'll do it. And he'll make sure he's checking in on you, texting you through the day. He may send you something. You're going to know it. If he wasn't attractive to you, this is how you really know. Ladies, get a pen out. If he's not attractive to you and he's doing that, he's stalking you. If he's attractive to you, he's just pursuing you. And it's the same thing, but your definition is different based on how you look at him. So it should almost feel stalkerish. If he really likes you, he's going to be checking up. Let me come see you. What you're doing right now? Let me bring you some lunch to work. Whatever he needs to do, he's going to do. But he'll never tell you that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you right now, and he wants to take his time. That means he has other options, or something else is more important than you, and he's not ready for a relationship. So just believe him and move on with your life. I mean, remember, and we talk about this in the Feminine Energy Academy, really, unless you're engaged, on your way to be married or married, we have a course, we have a couple of courses within the Feminine Energy Academy that talk about rotational dating. And even though I'm a male, I don't like it, but it's needed. And it causes us men to step up. Not because you're telling us to step up, because you're rotationally dating like we do all the time. We just call it a roster. We have a roster. Men have a roster, women rotationally date. Because you're rotationally dating, now we're looking like somebody else has your time. It only takes that one conversation, and now you're off the market. So you want to make sure you're having fun in your dating process. Even if you've been with a guy 2, 3 years, still continue to rotationally date if that person hasn't engaged to you, if you haven't made a marriage commitment with each other, because it causes us to step up. It causes us to make a decision. Either we're going to pursue you wholeheartedly, or we're going to take a step back and we're going to say, well, I'll just keep this situationship going. And then you have a decision to make as far as how you want to proceed in that relationship. Let me see. Hey, Christy, Adria Gonzalez. I feel so uncomfortable doing online dating. I just can't bring myself to do it. And trust me, it's fortunately and unfortunately, it's the way things go now. And Natasha and I met online as well. And I'll go over that a little later. I want to get to the third point. So save that question, comment, and I'll go back over it later. So the number 3 type of lady men love to spoil and marry: supportive and nurturing. So this comes down to men that are actually doing things in their life. Your husband, your fiance, even someone that you're seriously dating for marriage, just being supportive, not necessarily telling him your thoughts and feelings on it, but whatever he's doing, it could be coaching a little league game. You're out there supporting him. You're out there cheering him on. You're out there being his number one fan. And that's what we need. And it's part of it is our ego, but part of it also is just how we're made. Because even looking at the way God even looking at God himself, his desire is for us to continue to tell him how good he is. And that's just the way it is. So God has an ego in that case. Men as well have an ego, but this gives us energy supporting us in all that we're doing, and just being there with us and telling us we can do it. I know you can do it. I trust you. I love you. You got this, whatever it is. Because a lot of times men don't really talk about how they're feeling. They don't talk about what's going on the inside. Most masculine energy men aren't out on Facebook, aren't out on social media asking for you to support them. They'll just do it. If it works, you'll hear about it. If it doesn't, you won't hear about it. But most masculine energy men aren't asking people to support them in a grand fashion. So you as his significant other, as his wife, as his fiance, just being super supportive in all he does. You can always be there to help him where needed, as far as help him, okay, maybe you can do this, maybe try this, but being supportive. And not, what we don't need is you doing it for us. We don't need you to do it. I know a lot of, and we talked about this before, a lot of times you can do this, and what it does a lot of time is feminize like our kids, by we want to do it for them. Okay, I see you can't do it, I'll do it for you. But that's not what we need. We just need the support as we're doing it and just being there for us. um, Truth, Fan, Edu. Should you tell the man that you are rotationally dating, or keep the information to yourself? When you're rotationally dating, and this is how I view it, you don't have to tell them you're rotationally dating. The only thing you have to tell them is you're busy or you're doing other things. Because as men, we don't say that we're rotationally dating. We don't say that we have a team. If it's not a committed relationship and you're just dating, trying to get to know someone, just get to know them. Just let them know you're busy, you're not doing things. I mean, you're doing things. If the relationship goes to the next level, then where you're engaged, where you're seriously dating, then you stop rotationally dating. But I don't think it's a point that you have to tell men you're rotationally dating. If that's something you desire to do, definitely feel free to do it. But as men, if we're not committed to you, we understand that we don't have full access to you. So we can't stop you from doing whatever you desire to do. And this is a healthy masculine energy, man. We can't stop you from doing what you want to do. It's up to us to make that commitment, and then we have access, and then we can have conversations. But if you're just dating, getting to know someone, you're not obligated to tell them you're dating. you're rotationally dating, just let them know that you're not available and we'll figure it out. We'll make sure that you become more available for us because we'll start doing more for you. But if we're not together, then I don't believe you're obligated to tell him you're rotationally dating. I'll answer a couple more. Hey, from South Africa. Should I get my man gifts for Valentine's or just be appreciative throughout the day plan? So it depends on the nature of your relationship. Are you married? Are you engaged? Or are you rotationally dating? So if you're if you're just dating with no type of title, no type of commitment, and sometimes we can give titles, but that doesn't mean if you're a girlfriend, then you don't have a title. That's not a that's not recognized in any type of way, a girlfriend. So if you're a girlfriend, you don't have to get him anything because it's no commitment. It's no relationship. He's probably out doing his thing. You can potentially rotationally date if you want. If you're married or engaged, I don't see a problem with getting him gifts. Don't go all crazy with it. Most men don't like flowers, so don't go out and get him flowers. But if you want to get him a token of your appreciation, that would be great. But don't feel like you have to go out and do everything for him. Most masculine energy men appreciate you just the thought of what you do or just what you say, but we're not waiting on gifts. We're not waiting on a gift exchange. Right? We don't want to sit down and okay, it's your turn, my turn. I got you 10 gifts. You got me 8 gifts. No, I don't care about gifts like that. I mean, even birthdays, even Christmas, for me personally, it's for me, and I'll talk about me for a second. It's something that I've had to make an adjustment with. Having a family now, a family of 6, a wife who likes stuff, having kids that like gifts, I have to adjust because even before I got into the marriage, anytime I've not been in a serious relationship, I don't I hadn't celebrated holidays because I'm not waiting on gifts. I didn't celebrate Christmas in a way of gifts up until I got into serious relationships, marriage, because I'm okay without a gift. I'm figuring out what the next move for me is. I'm not figuring out what the next gift I'm getting. So most men aren't masculine energy men, healthy ones, aren't super gift oriented, don't really care about it. They'll get you something, make sure you're good, may take you out, but they're not waiting on to see what gift you got them. So it's up to you depending on the nature of your relationship. So I have 2 more things that I want to go over, and then we'll really get to these questions. Number 4, this is the type of woman men love to spoil and marry. Women that love to have fun and are just in their fun energy and best friend energy. So we love, and we've seen this before, men that just have women best friends. These are the fun friends. But to have that energy in a relationship is what takes it to the next level where it's not a whole bunch of thinking, it's not a bunch of you did this, I did that. We're just having fun. We're smiling, we're laughing, we're joking. We can see the fun side of things. Even if things don't always go well in the relationship, you may have your bumps and bruises, but you love being around this person. This person has good energy. You have fun. You can laugh about things that in other relationships you may get into an argument over. So that best friend energy is so important. And I even know for myself, I've been in different relationships, and this by far is the best relationship I've ever been in. And one thing that's really true about it, because a man can love a woman, but not really like her. And not that he hates her, but he loves her, but she's not fun. It's not a fun time being around her. It's stressful. He has to think every second that he's around her. He has he just has to straighten her out. I know a lot of women say, he needs to know how to handle me. Men do not want to handle women in a relationship. Men want to have fun in relationships. So if you need a man to handle you, then you're probably in your head and you're masculine, and that relationship won't be fun. It won't be exciting. Men will stay in relationships because they love you, but you want a man that has fun around you, that's laughing and smiling, that enjoys your presence. Those are the relationships that last. So fun times, best friend energy, all the relationships and type of women men love to spoil and marry. So just take a check on your own relationship. See, Are you having fun in your relationship? Is it just that best friend energy? Or is it, I really don't feel like seeing this person today? Oh, they walking through the door. Oh man. Is that the energy? Or is it smiling, fun, and laughing, watching movies, just whatever with that best friend energy? So that's number four. I'll get to number five shortly. Look at a couple more questions. When should a woman tell a man that she's a single mom? Should she say it on the first date or after a few dates? Because that's such a big thing, depending, again, everything depends on something. But in situation with us, we met online, and I believe either Natasha had it in her profile or she said it right away. Because you want to make sure that he understands this. And it's not that men aren't won't don't like single moms. That's not the case. For me, what it was more about how does she actually interact with her kids? Like, what is my role coming into it? It's more to it than just, oh, she's a single mom. It's, do I have a, when I come into this relationship, and if we get married, then will she allow me to have the role that makes me feel comfortable in their life as I help provide and protect? Because that's what we're thinking about, providing and protecting. And how can I step into that role? And some men have different ways of looking at it. But for me, just our conversations, just how she dealt with her kids and how she interacted with her kids and myself, I saw that this was something that at least we can move forward with to the stage of really getting to know each other. And then during the course of that, then we got to the point where I came around the kids later. She first gave a soft introduction online where I was helping coach them in basketball. Little by little, she brought me in front of them. But I believe letting them know early is good because it gives them that opportunity to make a decision, because they'll make a decision at some point. If you tell them right now, they may make a decision. If you tell them in 6 months, you think, okay, now we're in love. I know he's not going anywhere. Some men will still make that move. So it's best to tell them as soon as you feel comfortable, the sooner the better in my case. So, yes. Yes. And this is all the information that we have inside the Feminine Energy Academy, where we're, of course, number one in the relationship area. Natasha goes over this. We have courses on this. We have audios. It's just so much information in the Feminine Energy Academy, especially for you single ladies, you single moms, which Natasha was a single mom before, that she gives you ladies just to make sure she helps you out in your journey to getting that bonus dad, that husband. And this information is priceless. We've seen it work even on her and even the ladies in the community, those that are married, those that are single. But having kids and bringing a new guy into the situation is so important to have the tools and all the information needed so it can go smoothly. So definitely jump into the Feminine Energy Academy. It's right there below. Adora Support just added it. So make sure you jump in there. Right. So I'm going to go over number five. Hey, Crystal and Christy, number five is really the number five type of woman a man loves to spoil and marry is a woman who understands her value. And this isn't necessarily connected to her job. This isn't connected to her finances. This isn't connected to her stature. Or, maybe she has a great position and people respect her. That's not what it's connected to. It's understanding her value that she has within who she is. Her really stands on her boundaries that she has. So she's a woman who she's consistent. Definitely, consistency is a masculine trait. But a woman who's consistent with her boundaries and who she is, people aren't just able to get her time, her attention. People aren't able to just get her whenever they desire her. It's certain steps that you have to go through, and this isn't just in a relationship, male female marriage relationship, just to come around her, just to get her time. It's certain steps and things that you have to check off before you get her attention. Because what we're looking at as men is, if it's super easy to get your attention, super easy to get your time, what changes when you're married? Because men are always pushing boundaries. So if I got your time easy, then the next man that comes in, he's going to get your time easy. Now it's hard to trust that we can move forward in a relationship because you're Not easy to get in the bed, but you're just someone who you're easy to get their time and attention. So women that understand their value, that have things going on in their life, women that have uh, things going on as far as work, things that have people, women that have things going on in multiple areas where it's just not like I'm calling you today and I call you at 7 p.m. Say let's get together at 7:30. Sure, no, those are not the type of women that men love to spoil and marry because for us, it's an issue of can we trust this person to not be available for everyone? And it could be friends or family as well. Every time your family member calls, no matter what you're doing, where you're at, you're on the go for them. It's okay, they need me, I'm there. No, that of course we're there for family, but it really comes down to understanding your value. I'll help if I can. What's going on? Asking more questions instead of jumping into it. So really understanding your value, who God has made you to be, understanding that you don't have to look a certain type of way for him. You can take care of yourself, look at what makes you feel happy, but you don't have to change for every person. Understand your value, understanding that everybody is not for you. So if this person doesn't like being around you, you don't change. You just continue being who you are, who God has made you to be, and the right people will be attracted to you. So definitely that's the number. That's a number one is the looks, but number five, understanding your value is really that unseen element that men love to spoil and marry. Let's see, Nikki has a question. I like that you said it's not about being a single mom. It's about what role the man is going to play when he steps in. I had a problem with that in the past. And these are things that we learn as we move forward. And a lot of the stuff we talk about in the Feminine Energy Academy. So you can skip the line, you can get the answer right away. You don't have to go through trial and error to learn some things. I'm in there helping all the ladies. I'm in there and ask a man any question that you have in the Feminine Energy Academy. Ask a man. I'm there to answer it from a male's perspective. Then we have Tosh, who has so much information for you ladies. She's also in there answering questions that you ladies have about what she did to get to this point, what she did to attract her masculine energy man, what she did to get married in 11 months. All this information is in the Feminine Energy Academy. This is the information that helps you shift from a single mom with no relationship in sight to 11 months later, December, you're getting married. This information changes everything. Yes, lady, join it all in. So, yes, so definitely please jump in there. And remember, even tomorrow, before I answer a couple more questions, because I want to answer as many questions as possible. But tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, the ladies who in the Feminine Energy Academy were doing the Hot Mama Body Workout tomorrow. All the ladies that are in the Feminine Energy Academy, Natasha will be leading the workout. I've seen these workouts, ladies. Workouts are serious. I've done a couple of things in it, but it's not for me. I'll join at some point, but these ladies are getting it in. Even Tasha herself, she's been sore a couple of days after working out. So we got the good Caribbean music where we're dancing as well, but really getting good workouts in. All the ladies are jumping on. They're on their videos. They got all their little 5-pound weights, and even some that do it without weights. But the hot mama body workout once a month, but it's tomorrow. So make sure you ladies jump into the Feminine Energy Academy so you can jump on the call and get this workout in as well. I see a couple of ladies on here that were in the workouts, that's done the workouts. If you let these ladies know how challenging, let's say, and fun, because it's also fun. I'm in the background dancing. I'm just moving my shoulders. Men don't do much. Just do a two-step or whatever the case, but it's fun and you get it in. So definitely make sure you jump into the academy so you can be a part of that as well. So Adora support. The show, that's it, the shoulder length. That's all you need. You don't need all the other stuff, all the hips, just do the shoulder. So let's get the questions that the ladies had that I might have missed. If we can put those up, then we could help answer some more questions. So let me go over the 5 things the 5 type of women men love to spoil and marry. And I'll go over these. It's 5 points. I'll make sure I get them all to you. The number one point, that men love feminine women and women that look good. Again, this is something that we can't avoid. We can't avoid the fact that men are moved by looks, but it's also your femininity that men love as well. Number two, men love women that appreciate them, appreciate the small things that they do, the big things that they do. They just show appreciation in a lot of different type of ways. If you're married, there's many ways you can show appreciation. Remember that. So men love the appreciation being shown. Number three, women that are supportive. So make sure you support. And men do try different endeavors. Men may one day have this business going and this business going, just being supportive, not being dumb or just doing anything, being supportive and saying, okay, you're trying this, you've looked it through, this makes sense, I'm supporting you. You're coaching this game, even though it's a volunteer game with 6-year-olds, I'm supporting you, being super supportive. The next one, just being in your fun best friend energy is so important. Having fun, long day from work, coming home, smiling, laughing, being spontaneous, doing different things to lighten up the mood, just having that fun best friend energy. And number five is really a lady that understands her value, understanding that she's worthy, understanding that even the things that she desires, she's worthy to get, and not settling, not just taking anything, not settling, not over giving because you just want to make sure they feel good, taking care of self, understanding your value, understanding that the right people are drawn to you. You don't have to change just to attract a certain person. You do have to take care of yourself, but you don't have to change the core of who you are to attract someone. Let's see. Crystal is watching from her bomb tub. That's what I'm talking about. Relaxing. Relaxing. Any other questions that you ladies have? Again, jump in the Feminine Energy Academy where we are number one in the area of relationships. So we really go so deep into relationships. We are seeing relationships just change and transform in a short period of time because of the information that we're sharing, but because most importantly, the commitment the ladies have to making this change in their life, ladies that have gotten engaged, ladies that have gotten married, ladies whose relationships and marriages were going in the wrong direction. They've incorporated some of the things that we talk about in the Feminine Energy Academy night and day. Now they're back posting with their husband, loving their husband. Things have turned around because of the changes they made, because they brainwashed and reprogrammed their mind with the right information. Because we're going to brainwash ourselves with something, we might as well do it with the right information. So we've seen women do that. We've seen women get out of long situationships. I mean, years of situationships. Women have stepped away from those because it didn't bring value. It wasn't really allowing them to walk and understand their value. So they've made those shifts. And these things, we're not saying they're easy, but these are things that have to happen if you want to get married in a healthy masculine energy. Man, if you want to see the dreams in your life happen, you have to sometimes take action that hurts. You have to take messy action, as we call it. And you have to make these things happen. So we've seen women get out of relationships. We've seen women start relationships, women that have desired to be in relationships, women that haven't gone on dates in years are getting dates. So much happening in every area. Jump into the Feminine Energy Academy. Let me look at this question right here. Okay, from Adora Support. I'm guessing it's from someone else. Your wife is great with this, with these boundaries, etc. Thank you. Can you speak about whether women should ever pay the bill when going out to dinner? Should he even offer when the bill comes? Should we even offer when the bill comes? So again, all of it, I always think first off, the men should pay for the bill. Now, if you're going out on a date and he's not willing to pay for the bill, if it's some type of conversation, then he might not be really into you enough. Because if we're into you, again, we're going to make sure we do everything to make sure you don't have any other options. So we're going to overdo in every area. So if we don't pay for the bill, it's going to give you other options. Like maybe he's not really into me. So we may not go to a 5-star, but wherever we go, we're covering the bill because we want to show you we can provide for you, we can take care of you. Now, if we're just going on random dates, men don't want to pay for bills if it's random dates and they're just trying to get something out of it. But if they're really into you, paying for a bill isn't even a question. It's not a thought. It's, I mean, you can, I, don't, I wouldn't even say offer to pay the bill. Just see what he does. If he doesn't, then of course you have to pay for what you bought, and then you may not see this person again. Just move on from them if that's what you want to do. But if you feel like you don't know if he's going to pay the bill, or if he's looking at you when that bill comes and you looking at him, then look at the waiter, pay your side, and walk out. No, but if it's a question and he's not willing to pay that bill, really consider, is this person into me enough, or are they trying to get something out? Because again, it's gonna look stalkerish when men are into you. They're gonna do so much, and a lot of times you may not be used to it, but they're gonna go above and beyond. So paying the bill won't be a question. Again, he may not take you to a 5-star, but wherever he takes you, be appreciative, have fun, and he'll pay the bill. If he doesn't pay the bill, then continue rotationally dating. You shouldn't have to tell him that he needs to pay the bill. This is what you need to do. If you have to have that conversation with him, then he may not be ready for what you're looking for. Because remember, it's about what you're looking for in a relationship, what type of lifestyle you want to live. And we always talk about this. If you like traveling, he doesn't like traveling, then that may not be a good fit. So if he doesn't like paying the bill, that may not be a good fit. You don't have to tell him. Just continue rotationally dating, and he'll get it. Or if he doesn't get it, then just move on. But you shouldn't have to have that conversation with a man, because he's going to do more than what you ask him to do to make sure that you don't forget him. So when you go home, you're thinking about him. That's what he wants. He wants you to go home. He texts you and you're smiling. You won't be smiling if he doesn't pay that bill. So we won't do that. Well, I love that. Perfect. Thanks. Then that's the last time we go out. If I can't buy you a plate of food, it's a problem. Hey, I'm just telling you what healthy masculine energy men would do. They're gonna go above and beyond. If they don't go above and beyond, then that's a sign that they may not be in a position to do what you desire in a relationship, to have the relationship for you. That may not be the person for you. But again, I don't know all the details of it, but just telling you from my perspective, well, I don't have to, I still do it, but what I do when pursuing Natasha, made sure that she didn't have any other options, because in every area of conversation, we weren't able to go out much initially because we were in different countries, but just making sure that I was doing as much as I could. I love that. Any more questions? You got some good questions. Definitely, again, make sure you jump into the Feminine Energy Academy. Let me see if we have any questions over here. I don't think so. But yeah, jump into the Feminine Energy Academy. The information these ladies are getting, and just the growth that we've seen in these ladies is just incredible. We're seeing ladies grow in the area of business, because remember, first, when you take care of self, when you take care of your hormones, your health, now you're in position to get into those relationships. You're in position to start that business up. But if you don't deal with what's going on the inside of you, with the way you're thinking, with your hormones, then it's hard to really have healthy relationships. So remember that, and we have all this information in the Feminine Energy Academy. Such a great group of ladies. It helps. I used to offer to pay to see what he'd say. Thanks, Coach B. And depending on what type of man you offered it to, he's going to accept it, because he's just in it to get what he wants. If he's not a healthy masculine energy man, if he's a healthy masculine energy man, and it's just something that you've done or did, he's 99% of the time going to tell you, keep your money. Don't need your money. We'll take care of this for you. So just a quick nugget that you know. Any other questions before we jump off? Great questions today. We're going to continue this conversation in the Feminine Energy Academy as well. So anyone who's not in the Feminine Energy Academy, make sure you jump in right away. Tomorrow morning, we're having the Hot Mama Body Glow Up workout. 9 o'clock Pacific time. We're jumping in there about an hour workout. Natasha's going to lead it, Caribbean music. Just got so much planned for you ladies tomorrow there. Make sure you come stretch good tonight, stretch good in the morning, because it's going to be a good workout tomorrow. So if we don't have any more questions, we're going to jump off, but definitely appreciate you ladies for coming on. Make sure you jump in the Feminine Energy Academy. Once you get in there, DM us, ask us the questions, let us know why you're there. We'll help you out right away. Great talking to you today. Love you all and see you next week.